Hi folks, right, back to oil painting. My basic palette for oil painting, for sort of oil painting I do, is cadmium red, ultramarine, burnt sienna, bit of Payne's grey, cadmium yellow pale, and yellow ochre, and some white. There are two whites, so there's titanium white Cotman, and some lovely Griffin white. I'm going to use one of my new brushes. I've had loads of these over the years. They don't last forever, but they're very good for what I want to use them for. I've got to cut through now just to take it out of the packet. They're made by Pro Arts, and they're lovely brushes. They're varnish brushes, but we use them for painting. Also, we want some cheapo brushes for stippling. I'm going to try do a sort of a stipple painting. Well, I'm going to use a lot of stipple. I want to do a memory painting for my river Wandle. It's every man's river really, what I do. But we ride along it once a week, lockdown and weather permitting. Right, okay, so this is a piece of this watercolour paper, quite heavily primed with some PVA acrylic. Well, not PVA acrylic is PVA. Some burnt umber cut with some white gesso. So it should be paint-proof, oil-proof. I've got some oil mixed with just linseed oil with a few drops of Artisan Winsor & Newton fast drying medium. Helps it. Best way to buy it is this quarter of a litre pot. Much cheaper than buying the little silly little ones. Go for big rather than small. Right, okay, so we'll bit of oil. Let's get a bit of white, bit of the two whites. I'm not going to do my dark sky with this. What I don't like is that tip digs into your palm of your hand, so I'm just going to just rub that down a bit with a bit of sandpaper. That's better. I can hold it in the palm of my hand now. Use some hairs. I've already done one painting today. It's a demo for my patrons. Just cover that ground colour. Get rid of any hairs. Got a bit of rag. I'm going to put a lot of trees under here, but I want to, let's get a bit of burnt sienna in this. There's a bit of ochre in with that. This brush will give a nice soft feel to the sky and the clouds. Just a touch of yellow ochre in that. Right, let's put some of that colour where we're going to put the river. Then we'll just go in the foreground. A bit darker on the blue here, because we're looking down and we're reflecting what's above as much as here. The reflection will be here, I think. Okay, it's all a little bit thin at the moment. Right, now we're going to start the bit of texturing. Well, I'll carry on with this brush as far as I can, but I'm going to use these brushes for that. Give some leaves. Right, okay, so we'll put in a little bit of red. Just to give a background focal point with okay, I might change that, I might use a bit of Payne's grey with a bit of ultramarine in there. Let's have a look. Right, okay, well I think I prefer the original colour in there. Take these off. Okay, well that's a start. Now we're going to start to put in some green. So my green is red, yellow and blue. Some nice shadow in the banks. You get a nice sort of slabby feel. Or some dark green. Alright, we can let that go for a minute. We'll let that dry off a little bit with that white. We'll get some nice greens over the other side. Bit of oil. I'm pushing the brush, or pushing my luck. A bit of that. Some shadows, blue and red. Ooh, cover my jeans. Not sure about that colour, so I thought I'm going to change it. I'm going to change it to a blue green and a bit of white. More of a blue green. Get that dark in here, get some counter change going. All important, counter change. Light against dark. If you don't get light against dark, your tones are too close together and they don't register. Right, I can add to that. Right, now let's get in some good light green counter change. Right, okay, let's just get a bit of a... See, I'll clean my brushes at the end. I might even try to use just the one brush. Right, let's just get that background in there. Okay, I want to just establish some banks now in the back here. Oh, let's have a bit of dark green. We'll use a bit of Payne's grey. More dark here because I can counter change. Right, let's get some more of that in here. It's a shadow. I tend to build up on the shadow. Put the shadow in, and then put your lights in. But it doesn't matter which way you go. Light to dark, dark to light. As long as you get the counter change. Bit of spring green. Right, let's I just want to straighten up that horizon a little bit. It's a little bit wonky. Let's just soften that a bit better. Soft, soft, soft. Now, white and the yellow, or a bit of ochre. Just give an impression of reeds. So let's get some blue and some yellow, bit of oil. Right, let's get some blue, white, yellow. Just various greens. Dark. So don't really use any Payne's grey or anything in the shadow colour. Use the blue and the red. Gives you something to counter change with, but it's quite a pleasing colour. Get some dark green in there now for these reeds. A bit of red in there, that ochre. Just let it sort of shine a bit. All sorts of wild stuff in here. Okay, some in here. Put some more darks in. I'll put some air back in some of this. Just trying to create the illusion. I might put some rig work in, I'm not sure. I prefer to do these things without recourse to riggers, just by texture. Oh dear, that's gone a bit awry. Oh, let's get some grasses in on the top, or stuff. The banks of the River Wanderer are just a mass of bramble. Right, let's do a bit of work on that. It's a beautiful day in London. It's really warmed up a bit after a cold couple of weeks. Just as we're coming out of lockdown, I think the government wants us to be grateful to them for allowing us to take some control back over our lives. Right. Right, the thing is, just get the brush and drag it down. It drags a little bit of that damp oil down, coming down. Let's come into this a bit more. Okay, well, that's what it is. Alright, now a bit of light texture. Just try to open up Okay, well, I'm not going to do any more than that. Right, so let's put that in a mount. 11:45 already, another half an hour gone. Make sure the hands are clean. Move that over there. Get the mount. I do want to make any more adjustments. That is well, that's one brush painting, one brush oil painting. Just sort out a bit of counter change. If you learn nothing more from this, the demo, it's be texture. Creating the illusion of light and dark by counter changing light colour against dark. Now we can go a bit more dark in there, just to enhance that. I'm only using the red and the blue. I'll give my palette a bit of a clean as well. Okay, any more than that I'll go, it'll be ruined. I hope you like it, folks. It makes a change from rocky coast. Okay, well that's it. See you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.